saying how tight it gets on the exit of these corners.
Well, you come out of that corner carrying so much speed because you can get back in the throttle. It's a big sweeping turn, and the car just gets to where it won't cut. You're going so fast.
Fourth place, Mark Martin with Jimmie Johnson and Clint Bowyer.
And Darrell, to answer your question, I did the math. You'd have to run 54 laps a run twice to make it to the end on one stop, and I just don't see that happening with anybody.
I think you're right. I'm going to agree with you today.
You agreed with me. Yes.
2 pit stops to go. Jeff Burton is the race leader in California.
The Auto Club 500 on Fox is presented by Napa. Napa know-how.
From the age of 5, Jimmie Johnson has been chasing checkered flags. Thumbs up, big smile, heavy right foot. That'll get it done.
First time I heard about Jimmie Johnson, Herb Fischel, Chevrolet.
Our Napa race summary, Jeff Burton has led 8 laps today, 7 in this run. 4 cautions for 17 laps. 28 cars still on the lead lap. Average speed nowhere near a record now. Juan Montoya led the first 29 laps of this race.
Well, you know, one of Jeff Hammond's keys was talking about the engine situation here. And for the second week in a row, Marcos Ambrose in the 47 car, he'll go to the garage with a blown engine.
That's 3 today, joining Montoya and the 39 of Ryan Newman. Jeff Burton rumored to run for senator in Virginia when he hangs up his helmet. Now maybe that's just wishful thinking. Who knows? But right now he's leading the poll here at Auto Club Speedway out in front of the field, in front of Kurt Busch there, or Kyle Busch, excuse me, Kyle Busch by 1.5 seconds. With Jeff Gordon third, 3.2 seconds back. Matt?
Major issues for Jeff Gordon on the 24. An engine problem has developed the last time by. It did sound sick. They're going to raise the hood when he hits pit road next time. Tough break for Gordon.
Half that grill looks to be filled with trash.
Well, you can see one place they actually
check your voltmeter. I don't think that's it, but just make sure you're not losing power. Make sure you don't have something dying.
Oh. This place will choke the guts out of that engine at the RPM you turn.
It's that hanging. The things just stay up at above 8,000, 9,000 all the way down the straightaway, and he's going to the bottom. We're going to see smoke before long.
Clint Bowyer started third. He's had a strong day. He's been a top 10 car all day. And currently runs third.
I think these cool temperatures, little grippier tires, have just stressed these engines a little bit more than what they were expecting.
Mark Martin has come from 10th place. And Tony Stewart from 16th.
And I tell you, that's a nice recovery from where those guys were in practice, and honestly where they were when this race started.
Stewart was 18th when he scraped the wall, fell back to 22nd. Now he is running in 6th. Jimmie Johnson has led a lot of this race. Right now he's right where he started in 7th. Kevin Harvick began the day in 6th. Presently he's 8th.
Well, and as Darrell pointed out, he's been trying to overcome that pit road speeding penalty that hit him back on the second caution at lap 94.
Yeah, and I'm just curious if there's not just a little strategy going on with the 48 car. I'm not sure what it could be other than just saving fuel, but all of a sudden he just kind of backed up and looks like he's riding.
Matt Kenseth has come from 20th, and here Brian Vickers 10th. Started 23rd today. Greg Biffle started 33rd. He is right off the top 10 in 11th place. And behind him, Denny Hamlin started 43rd and has worked his way up into 12th. Sam Hornish gambled with no tires. Stop or so ago. He is currently 13th.
And they will have to bring that car to pit road here any lap because it's been a while since they were on pit road for fuel mainly.
14th, Carl Edwards.
You know, I watched Jeff Gordon, who's coming on pit road right here, guys. Looked like he got back up to speed all of a sudden. What are they saying, Matt?
Jeff Gordon came on the radio and said, believe it or not, the thing is running fine now because Steve Letarte told him to let the 5 go by, so in case they do blow an engine, they don't get their teammate caught up in it. And Gordon said, no, for some reason now everything's running have stayed out the last time because his car takes off so much better on used tires. Lugs on, he's away.
But remember, this is a scheduled stop for him because he was just about out of fuel regardless of how it was running.
And that means Sam Hornish and Kurt Busch will have to be in here within the next lap or two.
You see the flags? You see how hard they're blowing? We didn't have that wind earlier. When that car goes down the back straightaway, wind will get under the front of it. It kind of puffs the nose up a little bit, and it'll disturb the way the engine runs. Not so sure that he wasn't deceived by that wind blowing on the front of that car, puffing the nose up and making it feel like it was missing.
Jeff Burton has made a pit stop 8 laps after Gordon, Hornish, and Kurt Busch, so he can stay out for a while. And I'm surprised to not yet see the 2 Penske cars on pit road. They were last in at lap 134 for Hornish, 135 for Busch. That's kind of pushing the envelope, Larry. Yep, here comes Hornish.
Here comes Hornish now, and I got to believe Kurt Busch will probably be only a lap beyond this.
Pretty darn good day for the 77, though.
He's won twice here in what's now the Izod IndyCar Series.
Been very competitive, and you can see he's kind of rubbed up against the wall a little bit, but doesn't look like it's hurt his run too bad.
Matt?
When you look at the day for Sam Hornish, really, Fontana is one of his most productive open-wheel racetracks, winning here several times. The track position helped, got him up in the top 10, but generally, he's just been slightly tight all day. It's been a work in progress. They've gotten the car better and better. Good stop, and he's away.
Kyle Busch in the pit lane.
Jimmie Johnson right behind him.
And it's on. Jimmie Johnson's in, Kurt Busch is in, David Rudiman, Jamie McMurray all coming to pit road.
Jimmie Johnson trying to make it to lap 183, but he couldn't. He was barely hanging on. His race car getting tighter and tighter. He says, Chad, I have to bring it. Steve.
Krista, Kyle Busch says he is tight, getting tighter in the center and loose off. They've made a wedge adjustment, 4 tires, and they pull on the right front fender for Kyle Busch. Matt.
And it really hasn't been the day that Dale Earnhardt Jr. had hoped for when he got that speeding penalty on pit road once again. Lance McGrew trying to dial in the balance in that 88 machine. Meanwhile, the 31 of Jeff Burton, who led a number of laps. His car was too free on exit. He's looking to tighten this race car up. Todd Berrier will go with an air pressure change on both right side tires. No chassis adjustment for the 31. Dick?
Matt Kenseth into pit. The clouds have helped him a whole lot, making the chassis run better, but their biggest concern, the grill. Water temperature up on the 17.
Kenseth speeds away as Joey Logano gets service along with Greg Biffle.
We should have axles in this pit box.
Oh, broken axle for Dale Jr. Matt?
That's exactly what they're talking about. Possible broken axle on the 88 machine of Dale Jr.
Just think about last week at Daytona with a 48 car. He had some sort of rear end problem. Could be the same thing.
Yeah, the 48 actually was a rear hub, so I'll be anxious to hear exactly what this is, but that's one of the products of a concrete pit road. You have so much bite sometimes, especially if they're dropping the jack and you're spinning the wheel.
Clint Boyer assumes the lead. He and the next 4 cars pitted at lap 142. And bad news for Sam Hornish. Too fast entering pit road, and Hornish has had to come in a second time to serve that penalty.
Beats all I've ever seen.
Here's the Cheerios Chevy and his teammate Kevin Harvick. The 2 yellow Childress cars, and Mark Martin is the new race leader. Green flag pit stops continue at lap 184. Doubtful they will get to the flag from here without another stop. Matt.
And Boyer is in his car. Not bad, he says. The biggest concern, they just pulled it off. The windshield. He needed a tear off to help with visibility because it was certainly dark down in turns 3 and 4. Everyone trying to beat the raindrops. Rain is definitely in the area, Steve.
Matt, Kevin Harvick trying to fight back from that lap 92 speeding penalty. He says the car is coming around. 4 tires, small air pressure adjustment for Harvick. Nick Bergeron.
Tony Stewart on pit road right now. They waited as long as they could. They wanted to get the best opportunity to get the most fuel in for a run at the end. Stewart says the car has gotten better and better as this race has worn on. It's a 4-tire change